Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. I'm joined by Passive and Azul from Play for Passive, the Guild, PFP. On this channel, we always cover Splinterlands, and we do so all day, every day, because it's changed my life. Today, we're actually covering one of the guilds within Splinterlands, and it's because I've met these guys, and I see that they see the game the way I do, and they've got the heart for growing the community, for educating people who are coming up, and the vision for where this thing could go. And so I'm excited to get to know these guys a bit more. And we're doing kind of an interview where I'm going to explore what they're about, what their vision is for the future with Splinterlands specifically, and maybe even beyond that. But also, there's a sponsored tournament that we're going to be doing, which is a recruitment event specifically for their guild. You want opportunities to start earning merits and start getting that side of the game going. There are excellent guilds out there, and PFP seems to be one of them. And these guys seem to be excellent, and you're going to get to know them here in this next probably half an hour. And you can decide for yourself. But we're hosting a tournament event. It'll come up in the next roughly 7 days. The link's going to be in the description. And it's going to be hosted by TNA, but it's going to be specifically on behalf of PFP. And these guys came up hard with some really significant giveaways that are going to be raffled off to the people who are participating. So hear me now. This is going to be an excellent recruitment opportunity. It's going to be your opportunity to step into a great guild with a good vision for the future. But also it's going to be, there's going to be not only DEC prizes that are going to probably, for most people, get their money back. That's usually what happens with our tournaments. But then there's going to be some raffled off excellent giveaways, like 2 Chaos Legion packs and a voucher plus 900 DEC to pay for the cost associated with getting your own pre-sale pack. Those are going to be raffled off to one of the entrants, like the voucher to one Chaos Legion to another, and the other Chaos Legion pack to one third person. And so that's going to be no matter whether you finish first, last, or in between. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to Play for Passive. First of all, we've got Passive himself here. Passive, can you introduce yourself, and maybe you're the guild leader, correct?
Correct. I started the guild.
Okay. And when did you start the guild, and like why did you start the guild, and how long you been in Splinterlands? What other games? Like, just give me a bit of your whole background here.
Sure. So I started the guild, I think, about in August when SPS kind of dropped. I mean, it really threw the space, like it really blew up the space. I was like, wait, I got to start a guild, man. This thing's awesome, you know. And I got into Splinterlands probably about a year and a half ago. You know, I've been into blockchain games probably since last year at this time, maybe Axes and Splinterlands shortly after that. So what are we at? I don't know, a year or so. So it just everything seemed to kind of get bigger and bigger. And Splinterlands is one of them. When we were picking up cards that were like $2, $3, $4, and now they're like hundreds of dollars. So on one hand, I'm lucky, but on the other hand, we want to take in people that are just getting into this stuff, that are just finding out about blockchain, that are just learning about the idea of a play turn model, and want to get into it. So a lot of the questions I get are, how do I get into this at this price point? Like, what's the best way to start? And so I started this Play for Passive server, and a website. And, you know, I've been looking for people in real life. Hey, you know, you want to learn about this? And everybody's like a little tentative, but I found a really great community on Discord and on Twitter itself, where people are very receptive, and it's just been awesome meeting all these cool people.
Totally. Hey. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I created the guild TNA like not long ago. I've been in Splinterlands longer, but created the guild, and I just knew that there was a ton of people who wanted that community, that opportunity, and that the financial earning that comes from the guild, like the benefits from the DEC. You get extra DEC when you win rank battles. You get merits when you brawl. You get gladiator cards, and you know, that's really cool. So people want in, but there's not enough seats. And so I was like, let's just make TNA. And, you know, time and attention, I say it all the time, and somebody threw it out in the comments, and it just carried away. But now that I'm got my foot in the door, I think both of you guys have this like bigger vision for where that's going to go. Cause it's not just the one guild, and like you guys have a long-term vision for this. Is that right, Azul? Like, tell me a little bit more about yourself too, Azul.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Azul. I'm the co-leader currently for Play for Passive, and I've been in the ecosystem since roughly August, right at the beginning of the airdrops. Within the first week of me playing, I joined Play for Passive, and me and Passive have gotten together and kind of realized that, like Dwayne said, we kind of have a long-term vision for these kind of games and the metaverse as a whole in general with Facebook going metaverse and promoting everything. One of these days, we're all going to end up having internet jobs. So,
Yep.
games like this could potentially be the future. So, we're trying to build something here to help people learn the markets of Splinterlands in general and potentially other games in the future, and kind of give them the basic school skills for success. So that way, everybody succeeds more long term, and there's more safety awareness within the space, and how the different markets work, because a lot of these games are not like your traditional games where there's no commitment or risk of loss or anything. So
Mm.
you really got to learn the tools to protect yourself and make your best decisions, because these games are first and foremost entertainment and for fun, but there can potentially be a real good financial gain for all of us to earn. So we just need to look out for each other, just like Dwayne's been doing for you guys. That's kind of what we're trying to bring to the table. Eventually, we'll start our own channel and everything like that, and try and streamline some of these hot tools and tips that Dwayne and Bulldog and Luke and Crypto Llama and all these other guys in this space are giving you guys. They're just giving you some really juicy information, and we'd like to kind of add value to the economy and the metaverse that we've been living and loving in these past few months, and that way everyone can enjoy it alongside with us.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of excitement here right now, I think in particular. But I think, and I'm hearing in you guys both, that there's like not just excitement for what's happening today or what happened yesterday, but where this is going. And um, Passive, you were talking to me about how you guys making NFTs for like artwork to like excite your community and to just as like a it seemed to me like a community building internal reward thing. Is that kind of where that comes from, those NFTs that you guys are working on?
Yeah, those NFTs that we made, basically the idea was just to give them out for promotion. We don't really want anything,
I love it.
anything for them.
I love it.
I love the idea of spreading the awareness of this play for passive earning income, and it really all started with me with the COVID stuff. I was home so much that I was like, I basically found an outlet. And
Hmm.
one of my main goals for Play for Passive is to help people not make the mistakes that I've made. I have to admit, I've made a lot of mistakes and lost some money. And the goal is to navigate all these games. And, we're primarily focused on Splinterlands right now, but like you were mentioning, we plan on being in the top games, and that would be like Mirandus, the Gala verse, Vulcanverse, Star Atlas, to name a few,
Yeah.
and some others. But it's a very very kind of tentative market right now. There's just an onslaught of games, and it can be overwhelming, and you could lose your shirt. So
Yep.
so yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I think there you're right. There's and Azul, we were talking, you and me were talking off camera like maybe a few days ago about the idea that there's so much information here and there's so many new bodies to this thing that there is no way to easily onboard somebody with the you need the like the neo like plug into the matrix to like to get all this stuff that even Splinterlands is offering, like you know um rank battles at every different league. There's different monsters with different abilities and different synergies. That alone is a very complicated thing to understand. um and as you climb ranks, and people climb from bronze to silver very rapidly these days with rentals and stuff, but some are renting, in one season they're in gold, another season they're in silver, another season they're in diamond. And there's so much diversity to that, where it's each one of those levels is a completely different game. And that says nothing about the economy around DEC, the SPS airdrop, the future of land. There's and brawl, the whole brawl thing, renting cards, invest which cards are good to buy. Like there's right there, any one of those topics I just rattled off could be an hour-long conversation between the three of us, kind of thing, about what do you think about blank. And it's like and then somebody would have to sit and digest all of that, but there's just this wealth of knowledge, and it takes people like yourselves and hopefully myself. I hope I'm doing this for the community, where we're able to try and take it in and then deliver it in a way that is both accessible and enjoyable. And then it helps those new, like, tens of thousands of new people a day, and they don't have no idea what they're getting into. And you're, like you said earlier, Passive, you took some L's, right? Like you tried, probably
Yeah.
invested some things and it didn't work out, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
You
here.
know, the best thing I would do to for new people, would recommend for new people coming in is talk to people like myself and yourself and Azul, and go to the channels and servers on Discord and find out that information, because
Mhm.
it is up there now, and people in this space are there's a lot of wonderful people in this space that were willing to share their knowledge.
Mhm.
On the flip side, you do have to be wary. It is blockchain.
Yep.
People can create ETH addresses and addresses really quick. I have gotten scammed, and
Yep.
I've learned from it. So I could, I would love to, share my knowledge with that as well. So,
Sure. Me
you
too.
know,
Me too. And that that's like, if you haven't been scammed, you haven't really probably been in blockchain for very long. Is probably the truth of it, to be honest. Um,
yeah,
but there's a lot of great, exciting new projects, and Splinterlands is definitely one of them. Even though it's been here for, like, who I think 3 years ish, it's still. I mean, I think maybe it's
2018.
closer to four. Anyways, it's been here for a
2018.
while, but it's still so new. Azul, can you tell me a little bit about how, like, you came into Splinterlands, and like, why you're so passionate about PFP, and make sure you speak, I guess, up into the mic so we get you.
Yeah, so as far as how I came into Splinterlands, honestly, my whole crypto journey is relatively short. I am one of the people, I would say, I bought into some bad projects, but as far as being scammed, I've never actually been scammed yet. I'm very cautious about my investment strategy and doing my research first before I ever put my money into anything. And that is something I highly recommend anybody watching
Yes.
these videos.
Yes.
No matter what you're doing, anytime it costs you your money or your time, do your research. It
Yep.
will save you so many more headaches. Don't chase the pump. As far as how I ended up in Splinterlands, I tried some other games that, the economies weren't nearly as well thought out as Splinterlands was. They became very short-lived. I got my money out of them about 3 games into my blockchain gaming experience. I came across Splinterlands, and I think it was about 5 or 6 days after the airdrops started. I just happened to scan through DApp Radar, and I'm a very big strategy card game type fan, and
Mm.
I love the artwork and everything. I read the white paper. I seen what was going on. I seen how popular Axie was, and they essentially started about the same time as Axie, which was roughly about 2018, I believe. Um, and then I kind of looked at the economy aspects of Axie and compared it to Splinterlands. I seen that the barrier of entry was much higher over there, and that eventually that they would most likely have some sort of problem
Mm.
just due to the way their economy works. Whereas Splinterlands was more of a community-driven and player-based ecosystem that I saw potential could actually thrive during a bear market because you have access to the bidding and various different mechanics in this game that most of these other games in blockchain haven't even attempted to integrate yet.
Hmm.
So just with the core aspects of the game, I seen it was on the cutting edge of all these other blockchain games out there, and it didn't quite have the hype like most of these other games. So I put my money in. I checked it out for about a week, and I found passive, and I was just a normal guildmate. Started donating because I seen value in some of the upgrades that the guilds had to offer, and I was fortunate enough to had made some money earlier in the year. I started with a very small budget and grew it through some very, I would say, lucky trades from being an inexperienced trader.
Yep.
Uh, I took some losses here and there. It was never all rainbows, but you know, most of my money found its way to Splinterlands, and I've kind of grown it from there the
Awesome.
last 3 or 4 months, and been able to network and meet a bunch of different guys throughout the space and meet the community that's involved behind it. And I would say, as a whole, this community I see is much healthier than most of your traditional games. you got people reaching out in the various discords asking for help, and other people's there receiving that in a good way, and offering their services the best they can. Whereas a lot of traditional games, you look for somebody to play with or get help by, and they're just like, go away, noob, or whatever. Here
Yeah.
it's not really like that.
Yeah.
People kind of love on each other, and I've met some very generous people in this space, and it kind of instilled my confidence. And as I played the game and learned the different mechanics, I just loved it more and more. And they're
Yeah.
talking about in the future making more games and things like that. And I just see, them building more utility into the game that they already have. I don't really care to speculate on how, but
Yeah.
they're very much about rewarding the people that have been here from the beginning. I
Yeah.
haven't been here from the beginning, but I'm here now, and I plan to stay and continue to grow my home here.
Hmm. I like that, and that's one of the things that struck me when I was talking with you, and also yourself, Passive. Just the idea, like the commitment and excitement about building this out, like seeing, like even creating a guild is another indication. Like it's an investment of value and time, and it's a lot of effort to run a guild. And then so all of that, and then to reach out and trying to arrange this thing, what we're doing right now, and like all the things, it's like this investment in the future, because you see what this could be, and both of you guys do, and I love it. And that's why, if people are watching and wondering like why is Dwayne doing this, it's because of that. I'm not getting any sort of reward personally from this. My guild is sponsoring the tournament that will, or hosting the tournament that we're gonna create for these guys, and I'm gonna hype that tournament because I want to help the good people find their way to a good guild that has a heart and a mind for like where this thing could, Splinterlands, where it could go. And just listening to you talk about like the different possible developments that they might. This was more off camera, but we talked about like what they could do with land, and then maybe other additional games that they add to it, and how they intertwine those. And that's what I keep thinking, like where will that go? I don't really know, but I look back at what they've already done, and I am excited by that. And I that's the commonality I see in us, and so I'm really excited that you guys reached out to me and that we're going to be doing this. I'm looking at on my screen. I think I'm looking at your guys' guild page. Are you guys under the YGG flag? Is it YGG Play for Passive?
Yeah, that's the one. So I reached out to YGG, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. So the idea was to be under their larger umbrella because
Yeah,
they have millions, and they're investing in,
I know.
I would, geez, I don't want to say all the games, but they seem like they're investing in the top games. So
Hmm.
I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to be under their umbrella, and because YGG is a very going to be huge,
Oh, dude.
so
Yes.
it's going to get easy to get lost in there. So with our guild and our channel, we're going to be more specifically towards, I would say, the top 10 games, and we're going to be available for people, and we'd like to discuss those majority top 10, maybe even five. It really depends, 5 to 10 games max.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, I don't want it to get saturated. You look at a lot of other those channels and servers; they have like 40 or 20 games on the left side of their, the Discord
Hmm.
screen,
Hmm.
and it's so many games. So it's
Yeah.
like, all right, let's put all our effort, all our networking, in to grow these guilds inside Play for Passive, and have
Yeah.
everybody do well and earn. Because like we're in a new frontier, and it's just beginning. So.
Yeah. Early on with the AMAs, I heard Aggroat introduce, I think it was Knight from YGG, and I might be wrong about the username, but one of the YGG guys, and I was listening to him, I was like, this guy gets it. And the idea that like it's and like a ton of people that play these types of games and who understand the opportunity that can be that they represent, are under one banner makes so much sense. And that's what I'm trying to do with TNA. Like I want to grow that out in a excellent way where we are all part of TNA, and I want to make multiple guilds, but where I'm at is like I want to get this like great formula for what we do and how we like what we are as a core, and then I want to be able to replicate that with excellent leaders we already have, but we need to build out that team. And I see YGG is like doing all of that. They're just steps ahead of me, like maybe lots of steps ahead of me, maybe, but but I just love what they're doing. And so that's really cool. I didn't know that you guys were under that banner, honestly, but it makes perfect sense to me. And so maybe let's transition, spend some time talking more about the upcoming tournament that we're planning and what you guys are excited to be sharing within that raffle. Before I maybe kick it over to one of you guys on that, what I'll say is one more time, it's going to be a TNA hosted event. I'm going to create the tournament. We're going to create the tournament. And it'll say TNA sponsored by PFP. And they're going to be they're going to be kicking out some really cool prizes. And they gave a ton of assets, and we're going to do more than one of these tournaments though. And what I want to stress again here is what again their heart here is to help as many people as possible from like the ground level and to get excitement at that, whether it's like the silver or even like maybe potentially lower level, and I think higher too, but just the people who are lacking that knowledge is what I'm hearing. And so we're going to do the raffle structure so that those rewards are being everybody who enters has an opportunity to seek those rewards. And is it going to be? Did we agree? It's the 2 Chaos Legion packs, and the voucher, and then the DEC associated with the voucher. Is that right?
Uh, I was initially thinking, the 450 DEC was what I calculated for the potions for the chaos packs, but I do want to add the $4 in DEC. I'll send that over to you after we get done here. But $4 for the voucher,
Oh, I see.
also as well,
I
so
see.
that way
So
they can purchase the pack. Because I was assuming that they would potentially have the $4, but I should have also
I
added
see.
that
I
into
see what
the
you
pack.
were doing there. You were thinking the potions associated with the packs to get like increased opportunity for gold. So you
Yeah, because with the
okay?
voucher, the
Okay.
value of the voucher, I
Yep.
assume that most people would liquidate it and
Yep.
most
Yep.
likely buy a pack, and they would
Some
already
some
have.
will for sure. You're right. Some will. So I mean, but either way, I think it's a ton. That's a ton of value right there. That's like even if it's just it's 900 DEC. That's like $10 US. Then there's the voucher, which is like $20 US, and then there's 2 Chaos Legion packs, which is like $9 each or something. That's a ton of value. And usually our tournaments, so you guys know, when we run our tournaments, we usually give like $10 to $20 worth of cards if we're doing cards. And so this is huge, guys. Anybody watching this right now should be excited for this raffle. If you're the last person in the thing, or the first person in the thing, you're gonna have another opportunity to get it. Not to mention the DEC that you're gonna you've probably come to expect with the TNA tournaments, which is it's never huge, but a lot of people are gonna get their money back at least, and some people are gonna claim a good chunk of change. And uh, Passive, do you want to talk about the number of like what are you guys doing here? You're hoping this is a recruitment tournament, right? Like, are people going to get into PFP through this tournament, or what's your hope? What's your plan? What can you share with them about that?
Well, Azul has been handling more of the Splinterlands stuff, but the idea is to just get people more interested in Splinterlands. We do have, I think, what do we say, 4 slots available. We're going to, we're not really going to be too strict on who we take. We look through some people that are motivated, some people that, do want to invest in the game. That would
Yep.
be important to us. Excuse me. So at this point, we don't know who we're going to take or how, but we just really want motivated players
Yep.
that will play and invest their time. That would be the biggest priority for us.
Awesome. Awesome. Azul, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I actually want to do a quick disclaimer real
Sure.
quick
Sure.
before
Sure.
anybody gets the wrong idea. The reason why we didn't really, promote or say that we're flying the YGG banner is because there are some terms and conditions that come with that. And this recruitment and tournament and any other services our guild may offer, most of them will not be YGG affiliated or have anything to do with this. This is our own adventure and things
Okay.
like that. Our connection with them is more of meeting a community of like-minded guys and just informational.
Awesome.
There will be no benefit really to the community as of right now that does join us. That's thinking they're joining and getting some sort of attachment to YGG. You're
Okay.
more than welcome. Anybody's more than welcome to join their Discord, get to know them, find guys with good information and things like that. But if you're joining us thinking that you're automatically YGG and you get to flex that to everybody, please don't do that.
Okay.
That, that's
That's
not what
super
we're about.
that's super clear and that's super helpful. So you guys are there's a relationship there, but it's not, and they've invited you to fly under that banner, but it's not the same relationship that as one of the guilds that they've explicitly created themselves. And you guys have a bit more, like autonomy, but also then, is that the way to say that? Like you're just a bit separated from it. Is that the way they say that?
Yeah,
Well, go ahead, Azul.
we are affiliated with them. We are going to get a closer connection with them, but right now it's more of like a trial period. Once they fully trust us, we'll get
Understood.
to purchase in their DAO and all that stuff, and be more a part of the community.
Okay.
But as of right now, we're more of just like affiliates and friends, and as long as we have the same like-mindedness, we get to maintain that.
That makes perfect
Um,
sense, and I'm glad you brought it up, because I actually wasn't thinking at all of that, and I'm glad, but people might have been when they watched the video. So we're
as far as picking the people for the tournament, basically our goal is if you're not looking to join TNA, we're going to reach out to the top people, or maybe not even the top people, just the people that don't currently have guilds that participate in the tournament. Kind of see where you're at with your mindset of Splinterlands, whether if this is a casual thing for you or if you're willing to take it serious. If you're willing to invest your time and maybe a little bit of your money, maybe if you have like 100 spare bucks, you're probably going to be a good fit for us, because we're going to make sure you got a decent deck that you're going to be able to earn with, and that you're going to be able to at least slowly build up with. We do have requirements. We typically want you to maintain silver or above, 250 DEC a week, but we're going to set you up with the tools to actually make that and then some.
awesome. That
I just
makes
want to. I was.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry to interrupt. I just was going to say I was looking at my account. I'm going to throw in another 10 Veneri Bonesmiths and send over for the tournament
Wow,
for that.
that's awesome. Should we amp up tournament one? Because we do have 15 bonesmiths. Should we do 5 in tourney 1 in addition to what we just talked about?
Let's do it.
I think we should. That's crazy, guys. Everybody right now that's watching this video needs to be excited for this. This is bigger than any of the tournaments that TNA has run before, and this is a crazy amount of rewards. And these guys are excited for the future of Splinterlands, and they actually have open spots. And a ton of you guys that watch my channel are amazing people that love community, that love this game, that are trying to invest and grind and get higher, and you want a spot. These guys are in that same like mentality, and you need to get involved here, and you need to reach out to them through the Discord. The Discord's going to be linked in the tournament that we host. It's also going to be in the channel, in the description for this video. I wouldn't be speaking with these guys in this way on the channel if I didn't think that everything they've told me seems super awesome and super legit. The guys, they sent me like $100 worth of assets and just were like, we really want to do this. And they just trusted me because they really believe in what I think. Hopefully it was because they believe what I'm doing on my channel. And so I hope you guys all the people watching this are super pumped. This is a ton of value, and this is an amazing opportunity. We should do over 200 entrants in this thing. This would be the biggest tournament that I think TNA has ever hosted, and I want it to crush, like blow away all of the other stuff. And then I want to see tons of people signing up for the Discord to get to know these guys, because I want you in TNA, but like I've said time and time again in the comments and in my videos, we only have so many spots. We have a structured plan to grow our guild. And I really want, my whole thing is that I want people to get the most they can out of this game. And that part of that is being in a guild, but I can't host everybody in my guild. I just can't. And we're trying to grow it, but I can't do it all. And there's guys out there like PFP doing this also. And they're trying to do exactly what I'm doing, which is like, help us all gain the most we can from this thing, both individually and collectively. And so I really hope you guys are excited for that. And we're going to do at least 2 tournaments with PFP. And this is one of the ways that I want to kind of help you guys find. I see the comments when I do my guild videos, there's like, I just can't get into any guild, and I like, there's no space. And it's like, there are spaces. We just need to help you find the right ones. And I think PFP is going to be one of those right ones. And if there are other opportunities in the future where guilds have spaces and they approach me in this way, we're going to do this again, because my community, like while we are TNA, we want very much you guys to have your opportunity to find a space that's going to host you and give you that opportunity to grow. And I can see that that's what PFP is going to be. So guys, you need to get excited about this. It's going to be a huge tournament, and it's going to be an amazing opportunity. Splinterlands is going to gigantic places, and being a part of a guild that gets that is the next step for you to really continue to maximize the rewards you're going to receive for your time and attention. Azul, do you have any final remarks about like what you might want to say to the people, or any sort of maybe vision for the future, or whatever? I don't know, anything at all.
Yeah, actually, so look, guys, if you guys take a look at the Splinterlands and you find it's a little intimidating, it can be, but there are guys out there like us, me, Dwayne, the YGG guys, Crypto Llama, Luke, all these other YouTubers that are out there that can help you really just, get a real leg up in this game. It's exciting because this game's been around through bear markets already. It's probably going to be around through this next one. They have been completely transparent, way more transparent than any other team that I've been a part of in any of these other games. Aggroed gives you his 100% unfiltered. He'll answer you questions as long as you're not wasting his time on anything stupid. Like, these guys are great. That, if you're worried about the niche little things about, the graphics and the animations and all that stuff, if you keep up with the team, they're working on that. The excitement of this game is they worry about quality before they give you quantity, and that's what should be important to you guys. If you're out here chasing pump and dump projects, then more power to you. Everybody's free to do their own thing. I've done my research and I'm excited to be a part of Splinterlands, and I will continue to be a part of Splinterlands until they give me a reason not to.
Yeah, I completely agree. Passive, what about you?
Just want to say thank you for hosting us, and thank you for letting us be a part of this. And I would love to meet some of your subscribers, so come on over to our Discord channel at Play for Passive, and feel free to hit me up on Twitter or Play for Passive, same handle. And like I said, we're gonna focusing mainly on Splinterlands right now. But we plan on being in other metaverses. So, if for some reason you can't get into a guild right now, we'll have more spots in the future. If you come in and hang out, we get to know you, we trust you, you're definitely going to get in, and other games as well. We want to build, like you were mentioning earlier, people we could trust, discuss this space, blockchain and metaverses, and just grow as a community. And the more people that you have, this space can be wonderful, that you trust, the more you can earn, and the more that you can acquire assets, NFTs, etc.
Totally.
So thank you. Thanks so much again. And, this has been awesome.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys too. I'm super glad that you reached out, Azul, and Passive, that we had a chance to get to know you too. I really look forward to, having more conversations with you guys and coming back to check out how it grows. And everybody who's watching, if you're watching up until this point and you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. On this channel, we cover Splinterlands all day, every day, because it changes lives, and I just love it. So I'm passionate about it, and I see that these guys are too. So their Discord's going to be in the description. Check it out. The tournament's a link is going to be in the description. Make sure you sign up. As with all TNA tournaments, they'll be relatively inexpensive to sign up. We were trying to get as many people, many seats, and as many people involved in this tournament as possible. And like I said, there's some amazing rewards being just handed out to people who sign up for this thing and show your talent. You have to put yourself out there. You have to sign up and show your talent. Even if you don't win, these guys are going to be looking at who's participating and seeing what sort of decks you've got, and seeing then hopefully if you get involved in the Discord and what sort of attitude you've got. So this is an opportunity, and you guys have been asking for opportunities to get into a guild. This is a good one, and this seems like an exciting opportunity, and I'm proud and excited to recommend it. So guys, I can't wait to learn more about you and to continue our conversations like this. And everybody watching the channel, expect one more quick video on this tournament, probably 2 days before it actually goes live, so we can check in on the numbers, see how many people we got signed up. I can't wait, guys. Thanks for your time and attention. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.